Hello, everybody. How's everybody on this fine Wednesday evening? Hope everyone's good. We got Zach in here, Mega Dog. Miss Donna was in here earlier, chilling. Gonna do a little way up of that gold that we got real quick, and then start panning out some more of these cons, man. Plenty of cons. Gold all over my tray. Bud Files, what's up? Hope everybody's well. Jason E. Minor, what's going on, brother? Let's see what we walked out of Thermal City with. Looks like 0.93. 0.93. Jamie, my brother, what's up? Anton, what's up, man? Antares prospecting in the house. Ooh, that little chunker might make a difference. 9.4, 9.6. Nice. Jamie's been painting some silver. That's pretty cool. Still different than gold, isn't it? So we got point, now that it's settled down, 0.95 coming out of Thermal City. I'll take it. Back to these cons from Mandy's Candy. What's up, Mandy? How you doing? Figure we'll get back to these cons from Cottonwood. Jackson, what's up, brother?
What's going on, PA? I'm dual streaming right now.
All right.
I'll come on. I'll come over. Yours. You know I hate leaving people up there talking to themselves.
It's all good. It's an unusual night. I was a little bored. So I found the connector, Zach, and I got the power done for the air conditioner.
I don't
So
understand what connector you were looking for. Just to like the plug?
the butt connector for the wire at the top of the panel. It's a little clamp type connector that you put on the top of the panel after you
Oh,
knock the knockout out. Keeps the wire tight, keeps it from moving around.
yeah.
I
Oh,
had pack of them.
you're talking about where they go through the box?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I know exactly the ones you're talking about. You only need one, but you got to buy a fucking 10 pack and keep them around your garage forever.
Yeah, and you can't find them when you need them.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a bunch of those, but I couldn't tell you where.
Uh,
I know exactly the connectors you're talking about.
so we hooked it up, plugged in the air conditioner, and it worked. Imagine that, dude.
That's for your AC in the bottom floor or out in your
Yeah,
sunroom.
in the bottom floor.
Hello, Mandy. Hello, Barnacles. Well, at least you got it going.
Hmm.
I guess today I took a day off.
A day off for you?
I guess
Whoa, that's weird, man.
I haven't done nothing all day. I was so bored around lunch. I thought about going out and panning gold.
Oh, that would have been cool, dude. Been a while.
I wouldn't have filmed it. I never film it anymore. I spent it. I'm serious. All I've answered is stupid calls all day. But I spent like an hour on Google Earth looking around at some places to explore.
Nice. How do you get it to zoom in so you can see better? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can zoom in. You can zoom into probably a couple 100 feet. Give me just a second.
Jamie's panning out silver today, man. What's that AGG, Jamie? Anybody's more than welcome to come up. Just hit that link, give us a wave, let us know it's you, and boom, you're in. Hint, Jamie, hint. I got about a half a bucket of cons that I'm going to run through the cleanup sluice one more time before I get rid of them from all the panning from the last month or so, or a couple months rather. Grandma Kelly, what's up? We're here. Figured I'd pop in on a Wednesday night and say, "What's up?" How you doing, Kelly? Hope your day was wonderful. I've been a busy little bee the last couple of days, doing shelving in the garage, installing dedicated electric lines for air conditioner. Pretty cool stuff like that. Saved $300. Didn't have to get an electrician, and I know it was done right. Sneaky gold, sneaky gold. What are you doing, Grandma? What do you got to get out and do? Filling up the snuffer bottle. Jamie, what was that AGG link you dropped? Record and dig. Record and dig. Oh, it's only 5:30 there, huh? All right, now we're ready. Now we're ready. XP's enough about them. Yeah, so I walked out of Thermal City with a gram of gold. I think there's more in them buckets I got. I got 3 buckets of material to run.
Sorry about that, PA.
All good, man. There'll be money on the other end of that phone.
Oh, then always a good story. Lady's traveling through Walmart. She has an oil change done at Walmart yesterday. Her oil pan's now cracked. She's ran it out of oil twice. She's back at Walmart in my town wanting an oil pan replaced on a 2021 Volkswagen Tiguan. One's kind of available. It's nuts. Pro tip for anybody who's in chat: don't have your car worked on right before you leave for a trip. Have it done a week or two before. That way you know if you have a problem from even basic maintenance while you're still at home and not while you're on your trip and having a bad day.
Wise word.
Just an opinion from a professional mechanic. And if you're going to go over on your oil change by 200 or 300 miles while you're on your trip, don't worry about it.
Nah.
Oh, you would be surprised. Well, my light came on. Well, I'm sorry, it's 2:00 in the morning. I can't get an oil filter for your car, but I need an oil change. Look, you go 5,000 to 10,000 miles on an oil change. I don't think an extra 200 is going to make a difference.
Right, and then when you have it changed, they're only going to put a 3,000-mile sticker on it too.
Humans are an interesting species. Hello, Shannon Dalton.
Shannon Dalton, what's up, brother?
So yeah, hopefully I can help this lady out. I can't do nothing for her tonight though. From the looks of it, it's a plastic oil pan with one of those stupid little quick turn drain plugs. And Walmart's selling her oil pan is cracked, which means they cracked it.
Right. Plastic oil pans now, Zach?
Do what? Yeah.
Plastic oil pans?
Yeah.
Wow.
F-150, F-150s. This is a Volkswagen Tiguan, but if it's right, it's all plastic. If the one I'm looking at is all plastic, if the one I'm looking at is right, it's all plastic and it's got like a place on it for a filter or something to bolt onto it. And the best part is the oil drain plug bolts are all plastic and they're like quarter turns on some of these cars, so they just come out like lightning. It's stupid, PA.
Well, when I used to work on cars, they were all metal.
Yeah, it works just fine until the stuff gets some age and some heat cycles and some people who don't care quite so much about changing oil. If a little old man that's taking care of his cars his entire life was doing it, he would probably never have an issue with it. But as soon as you throw some stoned 22-year-old that works at Walmart in there that doesn't give a crap about your car, that's how you get an oil pan issue. And unfortunately for this lady, she's already ran the engine out of oil twice since yesterday. That's pretty bad. So even if I go put an oil pan on it and her engine's ruined from running it out of oil, I'll help her just because she's in a bad situation, but that's not even really something I want to be involved in. You know what I mean? Because then that just puts me in the equation about who gets the blame game.
All right. Couple little pieces in there.
Yeah, Shannon Dalton. That's why I wouldn't mess with it. Any of the epoxies or anything like that, I wouldn't even dare try because she's already ran this engine out of oil twice. She did it once 60 miles away, filled it up with oil, drove it back to here because that's the closest Walmart. Um, so the possibility of her having engine damage is already really good. So if I plasti welded it and her engine goes bad, then I open myself up to the whole, well, it's not
The
Walmart's
lawsuit.
fault. You had somebody do a crappy repair. Then that's after my insurance. I don't have time to go to court. I just soon not get involved. If it's cracked, it's cracked. I'll change it because she could still have a bad engine, but it won't be my fault. All I did was change the pan. You guys cracked it.
Catch 22. Try to get you.
Oh, I've been doing this a long time. You'll be hard pressed to get me to guarantee, promise, or assure you of anything. I'm a mechanic for a living. It'll probably take care of it. It should be okay. As long as there's not another issue, I don't promise squat. Yeah, we've seen crazy stuff on cars.
There is a flake of gold down there. Nope.
Not a speck of flake.
It's like floaty. See if you can see that on there.
Yeah, I see it.
Trying to get away, man.
Well, that's where everybody's complaining about the 3D pans and them getting gold stuck in them. Personally, I don't really think you could lose that much gold in those little grooves, but it actually seems kind of helpful for holding gold to me. I've never used one, so I don't know how annoying it is, but
Well, you can see the black here.
yeah,
That's the grooves they filled up with the black sand or dirt or whatever it is.
yeah.
And I sanded it down and it's all smooth now down here. So all these grooves are gone. That's just the dirt in there. But the sides still have the groove and they pick up the flour gold. It's sort of like snake skin on the XP pants, which
Yeah,
is
and I
pretty cool.
actually, depending on the material I'm running, the snake skin doesn't look bad. I couldn't tell you the differences in material, but there's some materials that I've panned that the snakeskin I just couldn't do nothing with. I had to switch back to one of my other pans. But
I
for
got
the most part, the snakeskin works really good.
I bought 4 of them and he didn't want to do them anymore because people were complaining about the grooves. So I told him I wanted one. I'm just going to sand it down. He gave me all 4 that he had, so I got some extra ones.
Yeah, but I mean, when we buy a brand new pan, we're gonna season it anyway. You're gonna scratch it up.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting our own grooves in it to slow the gold down.
Yeah, you pretty much got to get an orbital sander in there and get it smooth,
Yeah.
you know. It ain't no big deal, man.
No, I don't. I
Ain't
wouldn't think so.
ain't nothing to it but to do it.
No.
So my son says to me, "You're going to land that wire in the panel?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" He said, "Oh, well, you had me come do it last time." I said, "Yeah, I went away. I wanted you to come see your mother." He's like,
It's
"All right."
like it's like a joke I had heard for one year. Um, a man and his wife, they've got a son and a daughter that live in different parts of the country, and they never come and visit him for the holidays unless they have to pay for everything, pay for the trip, pay for the flights, and all that stuff. So they're sitting in front of the TV one night trying to get the kids to come home for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, thinking about how they could. And so the husband picks up his phone and he calls one of them and he says, say he's talking to the daughter or the son or something. He says, "I'm thinking about divorcing your mother. I want to leave her." "No, Dad, don't do anything. Blah blah blah. We'll be there tomorrow. Me and John will be there tomorrow." And he gets off the phone and he looks over to his wife and he says, "The kids are coming home for Christmas and they're paying their own way."
they're busy and all that. But I went away one time last year. I forget when. And our problem we have upstairs is everything on the first floor is on the same breaker. You know,
Yeah,
so
I got those.
we had the coffee maker and the microwave and all that stuff. No GFIs in the house, so
I all things.
GFCIs. So what we did was we started breaking it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I ran all the wires and outlets and put all the stuff in, and then I just had him come in and terminate. There's like three outlets or three breakers and four outlets and stuff like that. So
I
he
don't
came
know.
over and landed everything. So I
Yeah,
don't know why he.
my house was built in '56, so all the plugs in my house are on two breakers. And this is a 4 bedroom house with a 500 square foot entry room, kitchen behind me there. You can see it's not a small house. It's not a huge house, but it's not a small house. But all the entire house, all the plugs are on two breakers.
Yeah, I still haven't found the junction box yet to break it up or put a couple more circuits in there. I still have three spots left on my panel, and I still haven't found the junction box that has everything all tied together. It's got to be somewhere. I mean, I looked all down in the basement through the crawl space while I was in there today, and I can't find it, man. It's crazy. Got to
Yeah,
be up in. It's got to be covered up somewhere, which is illegal. You know what I mean? Well, in
yeah,
1959, it wasn't illegal, I guess.
yeah. Mine was '56. What I'm gonna do, because I need a new panel anyway, is my next step on this house is I'm gonna change all my appliances to electric. I'm gonna put in a new panel, change all my appliances to electric, put HVAC on there, and I'm gonna have them just pull a couple new circuits and add
Right.
and add them. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna switch everything to electric to where my electric bill is really really high, possibly even electric cars, and then I'm gonna get on one of the government solar good deal price things.
Right.
Put a crap load of solar on my house and then throw away all that electric trash and go back to gas. That way I can charge my cars free. Because they'll
Yeah.
only
Well,
give you what your electric bill is plus like 20%. So
right.
my current electric usage doesn't doesn't equate to needing solar because I have a swamp cooler on top of my house and they're cheap to run. I mean, you can run it day and night till the cows come home and your bill will go up $20 or $30 a month.
Now, this swamp core, how does it work?
All right, a swamp cooler is um, imagine you have a bucket with water. There's a big fan above it. Mine runs a 1 horse motor or a horse and a quarter. I forget which I have on it. Hello, food reviews. That just spins a squirrel cage, blows air into the house. The cooler, I have a master cool. So my cooler pad is about 8 inches thick and it just pumps the water up, drizzles it over the cooler pad, and the air pulling it over the cooler pad causes the air to cool and it adds moisture to the home because we're in the desert. We're only like 20%.
Right.
So a good running swamp cooler will drop the temperature of the outside air by 15 to 20 degrees and blow it in the house. The
Wow.
benefit of Yeah, in the desert Southwest, you can get away with that. If it's 115 outside and it's 95 in your house, it feels pretty good, especially if you got the air blowing on you. It feels
Hmm.
decent. It's not AC comfortable, of course not. But also, um, swamp coolers are dependent upon the house being open. The air has to go somewhere because my cooler is 7,000 CFM, 7,100 CFM. It's bigger than I can legally put on the house, but I put it on myself, so nobody knows except for me. Um, but swamp coolers are dependent on the air having somewhere to go. So it's right here behind me. My front door is 3/4 of the way open because the cool air coming into the house has to have somewhere to go. So a swamp cooler, if everybody's hiding out in the bedrooms for the day and nobody's up in the front room, you just close all the doors in the front room, crack all the windows in the bedroom, and then all the cool air that's coming in escapes out of there. And you can actually isolate portions of the house like that.
Wow.
That's but also you ever walk into an AC house that just never gets opened up and you can smell them, you
Yep.
know, people's homes get an aroma. Well, with the swamp cooler, you never have that issue because you're exchanging the entire volume of air every 5 or 10 minutes in the house.
Cool.
So, So to run a swamp cooler, you need like a 12,000 CFM water pump, 30 or 40 bucks at Home Depot. You Mine has a 1 horsepower motor on it. Yeah, all things beef jerky on a clothesline be no problem. Mine has a 1 horsepower motor on it, which is the biggest I can shove on there. But
Donna Karan.
running that thing all month costs barely more than running a fan in your room. You know, they're running a stand-up oscillating fan. It's cheap.
Now, with it being so humid here, that wouldn't work in this circumstance.
No, it doesn't work at all. If it rains out here, you turn it off.
Right.
You're not doing anything. You'd be better just turning on a fan and sitting on the porch. But when it's dry like this, I mean, I haven't had rain down here in 2 months. You know, so when you're in the dry air, the humidity is actually better for you. You need some humidity, and that's just what a swamp cooler is. It basically just runs water over a pad. The air coming through the pad gets cooled by the water, as well as picks up some of the water and blows it into your house. That's it.
Cool. Now here, with an air conditioner, it only gets 18 to 22 degrees difference. With the air conditioner on, you could have it on full blast. You know what I mean? But your normal average temperature coming out of that air conditioner is 18 to 22 degrees difference than what's inside the house.
Hi, Vester. Yeah, a swamp cooler you can do 10 to
Master.
20. Mine's not working the best this year. I'm about due for another set of pads, but I have a Master Cool, so it's like $130 to replace the pads every 3 years. No big deal, you know. I'm not complaining. But
Right.
This is the last year I'm going to get out of my pads. And a good working swamp cooler, you can get 10 to 20 degrees colder than outside air, and it's enough. You know, if you don't think the cooler's working too good, go stand out in the sun for 3 minutes. You walk in, that cooler feels real good.
Right.
Oh, the cooler's not working very good. Hey, go clean the yard. I'll bet you it feels real good when you get back in. You know, my you can't see it. I don't think you can see it. You can barely see up there at the edge of the desk. You can see a little square rectangle. That's the vent for this entire room that I'm sitting in. So when I'm sitting at the computer, it's blowing straight on me. And it's vented to every other room too, except for my addition. I got an addition over here. But so when I'm sitting at the computer, it's the best seat in the house.
Right in front of it. Right.
Yeah. Well, I got a continuous breeze on me. I don't have regular Pittsburgh.
The gold is small from cottonwood flour, but a couple little pieces in every little scoop.
Mm-hmm.
Three little pieces in that scoop. They're really, really small. I don't know if you'll see them, but
It's not that bad, all things. I don't know where you live, but in the desert, you can use the moisture in the home. Because, I mean, today, we're actually having a really cool day today. It's 94 degrees. And our humidity is, oh, it's actually humid today, too. It's 94 and our humidity is 27%.
27, dude. It's like it's 90 here with 85 or 87% humidity today.
Yeah. I mean, and that's actually humid for us. Tuesday is going to be 108 with 24% humidity. So adding the extra, yeah, all things, it's better than swamp bug. So adding the extra 10% of humidity, or I don't know how much humidity a swamp cooler puts in your house, it's better for your skin.
Food reviews and fun things. Just got home from work. What's up, man?
Are you behind in chat? Oh,
I
you're
think
good.
so. Yeah. Let me catch back up. I didn't realize.
Yeah, all things it's better. Changing the insulation and windows and stuff in my house has made a huge difference. Every year I make it better. The first year we got this place, you were sweating continuously. It didn't matter what it was. Now I've got it to be mostly comfortable. Hello, Grandma Kelly.
Miss Kelly. It was really cool hanging out with her down at Freedom Fest. I was running the high banker. She was metal detecting the gravel bar, finding all kind of cool stuff. Good seeing Kelly again, as usual. Donna, what's up? Thanks for stopping back in.
Hello, Donna.
Yeah, running that clay was tough down at Thermal City. Like I was saying earlier, I got 3 buckets of material to go through. 3 full 5 gallon buckets.
I think it was Minix that was telling me on Indiana Creek's clay pay that was real hard to run. I think Mr. Minix was telling me to boil it. I didn't run any, but Mr. Minix was saying you had to boil it to break up the clay balls really good and easy, and it made it a lot
Well,
easier.
well, I went back the next day and I looked at the rock pile. I had the metal detector out and I was just scanning everybody's rock pile that they left behind. There was a few people out there, high banking, and they just left their rocks and nobody checked them. So I was like, hell, I'm gonna check them. and
I think
I looked at my rocks and I said, Jesus Christ, man, that's all, you know, material. Like that came out of the back end. I'm like, this has got to get hand classified and brought back home.
yeah, I think
So
I
that's
told
what
you
I
guys
did.
about. I think I told you about guys about the gold leader for the GPAA or whatever out here. They had a group dig out on one of the claims. 30, 40 sets of people out there digging. He went out there the next day with a shop vac and just cleaned up their holes where
Oh
they
yeah, you were saying that.
where they were digging. He did great. He says I never even picked up a shovel. I just went out and vacuumed up the holes. I let them do all the digging, and I
Into the bedrock.
just went in behind them and vacuumed it up.
Sweet gig. And that's where all the good gold is.
Oh, he said he did really good.
I would definitely bring my little uh, Milwaukee vac with me. Battery operated vac. Definitely.
Not that it'll happen anytime soon, but when I no longer have the kids that I have to entertain at the same time while I'm out doing that stuff, I'll obviously be out prospecting and doing that stuff. But I, I can't, I can't take a hobby that's only a me hobby right now. And even though the kids will do it once or twice, they ain't gonna go out and shovel dirt in the dry wash for me all day long.
Yeah, the gold should be in the bottom of that, Bester. Yeah, Zach. As I got older, I started doing stuff for myself, man. Instead of the kids once they got out.
I do stuff for myself, but I have to spend some time with them and do stuff for them. It's like metal detecting. Yeah, great hobby by yourself, or if you're with someone else who's stuck on a metal detector too, things like that. But when you got other people you have to entertain when you're out doing that stuff, it doesn't make sense. I'll be back in just a second.
All right. So next trip, Rent's got something set up in the middle of September up in Maine. 10-hour ride for me. But before that, I want to get back out to Vermont with Joseph from Green Mountain Gold Track and do some sniping, man, in that canyon. So I can't wait to be doing that. That's coming up soon. Since I can't get out to the nugget hunt, which I'm bummed about. I really wanted to go meet all the West Coast guys out there, but the truck had other plans. Shannon Dalton, what's going on, brother? Thought that was a nice flick, but it was not. Links pinned at the top. If anybody wants to come up and chat out and hang out with me and Zach, that's more than welcome. Anybody's more than welcome. Do you guys hear that fan in the background or no? My earpiece usually cancels it out, but just wanted to make sure. You see my post, Shannon? Go check it out on my community page. Would love to hear your thoughts. Awesome. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you, Grandma. It sure looks like a piece of gold, man, but it isn't. It, that is not a piece of gold. Nice. Sitting on the bank. Is it hot out there, Buster? It was pretty brutal here the last couple of days. So the humidity was so high. Oh, I tore my whole garage apart yesterday and built two, actually one all the way, 8 foot long shelf with some lumber and had some metal shelves that they were getting rid of at work. They chipped a little bit and it was for a hospital. They were brand new metal shelves, like the kitchen ones, on the rollers. And I took about 20 of them bad boys. They were throwing them away. Brand new. They just had the chrome on them was chipped, so I put them to good use. I looked in my garage the other day, man, and I said, I am sick and tired of climbing over all this crap in my garage. Now it looks like not my garage. It looks like somebody else's. Right, Shannon? Bad stuff, man. I think we hit 91 today. Luckily, I was in the crawl space most of the day, running wire, stapling wire up. And then it was hot in the man cave, so I opened up the door, put a fan up there, and I'm blowing the cool air from upstairs down here. It's working pretty good.
All right, I'm back. While I was outside, I grabbed one of my AC thermometers. I put it in the shade to see how hot it was in the shade outside. It was about 93 in the shade. So I got it on my desk right here. Out of the cooler blow, it's down to 80. It's
Nice.
arguing. It's arguing right now. It's still going down. 78 to 80. So 15 degrees.
I'll take it.
It works fine. Yeah, Shannon, my office is the Western Mojave Desert. Snow might be fake, but the fireball in the sky is real. Did you end up going down to? Weren't you going to go to a museum or something the other day?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, you're going. I thought you were going to like the Constitutional Museum or something. You said you might go
Oh,
to.
no. Yeah, I said I was going to go to Independence Hall. I ended up doing shelves in the garage and stuff like that. Tired of climbing over crap.
Yeah, the garage is a no-go zone for another 2 months for me.
Yeah, I was going to buy a shed too. 3,200 for the shed, and
Oh crap!
the truck said no for that.
How much snow do you guys get up there?
Last year we got some, but usually not too much.
You could always go with one of those crappy little metal ones and just put the snow kit on it. It'd be like $400. They're fine sheds if you build a good base for them. If your base sucks, they don't work or last.
You're not the first person that told me about these few $100 sheds. I can't seem to find them.
The metal sheds,
Yeah,
they're just.
like $600 or something like that, or $400.
I don't know. I'll show you. You'll know it when you see it. Everybody used to have them.
I mean, I definitely know what they are. There's 3, 4 pieces in there.
No, oh, 3 or 4 pieces of gold. I was gonna say no. There's a few more than 3 or 4 pieces in these damn things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Definitely just flour though.
Take a look. This is a 10 foot by 8 foot, $489 at Home Depot. You can get a 8x8 or a 6x8 too. They're cheaper, obviously. And you can buy a snow kit for the roof if you get more than like 2 or 3 inches of snow.
Mm-hmm.
If you build a solid base for them, a good square, heavy duty base, I'd not recommend 3/4 inch plywood personally. But if you build a good base for them, they go together fine. You know, 2 guys can do it in a day. They go together fine, and you just got to be nice with the doors because that's the first thing everybody tears up is they're too rough on the doors. But you get what you pay for with them, and they're cheap.
Right. I'm looking
They're,
for something where I can set up like a gold room and all that, and you know
oh
what I
no,
mean. Have a loft and windows in it, so I could slap an air conditioner in the summer.
yeah, you're wanting something like Dig Daddy can do, or
Yeah.
like Dig Daddy has. Your construction, you'd be better off buying the wood and building that yourself. You don't need somebody to give you a pre-cut kit.
Yeah, I can do that myself for 2 grand. 2,500 for the material for the size I want. I want a 12 by 16
Yeah.
with a loft. Good night, food and reviews.
Later food reviews. Yeah, I mean
That
it's
was my
doable.
that was my forte. I was a carpenter. I was just trying to not do it and be lazy though.
It
Let
all
somebody else
depends.
do it.
It all depends on your skill set and your desire. And if you keep real good notes of how you do it and the time and costs involved, when you're done, you might have what would be a $10,000 prefab shed,
Hmm.
and you could post that and you could tell these people, you're this shed on your property 5 grand, and go make 2,500 bucks for something that you could probably do in, I don't know how heavy you hustle, but start to finish, you could probably do it in 2 or 3 days with a helper.
The last 2 or 3 days and last week digging every day was the most work I've done since the heart attack. And I was kind of scared, man. So now that I see that I can do some things, I'm going at it, man. Hitting the honeydew list. Got
Yeah,
some drywall to do and stuff like that, and I'm feeling pretty good, man. More scared than anything for like the last 4 years, to be honest with you. I used to build decks, dude, by myself.
yeah.
Make 6, 7 grand.
That's it. And the way the current economy is, I'm not trying to bring out your political animal, but the way the current economy is you kind of have the haves and the have-nots. You have the people who are injured horribly by the economy, and you had the same thing in 2008. And you had the people who made correct decisions and they weren't really bothered that horribly bad. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Oh yeah,
So,
I was flourishing in '08 when it went down, dude.
oh, I mean, for all the bad things, that Obozo did during 08, 09, all that, all those years. Talking with my brother one day, he's a car salesman. He says, I made a lot of money while he was in office, and I did too. Car repairs, car sales. Some people were doing fine in it, and some people got hurt bad. And you got the same thing. You got the same thing now. Some people are struggling to put food on the table, and some people are sitting around waiting for a good deal to have a pool installed. Some people aren't even waiting for a good deal. They're waiting for someone to have the time to put the pool in. You you want to get a house built in my town right now? It's over a year wait.
How
That mind.
many people want houses built?
Oh no, yeah, I can go for a drive right now, and I could probably point out 5 to 10 brand new construction. It's just some people are doing okay and some people aren't. I mean, the same goes on a wood fence. There's not much construction projects that are easier than a wood fence. The contractors get a pretty penny for putting up a wood fence for somebody. Yeah, Shannon, it's not. There aren't many owner builders out here, which is what you'd be considered, just because of the permitting and all of that stuff. Around here, it's California lazy or whatever you want to call it. You know, these people want to hire a guy, so they hire a general to come in. I was talking with a guy. He used to be a framer in town, and he still is sometimes, but he's actually a city inspector now. And I was talking with him. He says, "I'll build you a house if you wanted to." He says, "But I'm just going to sub everything out." So he's just going to put his name on it and take responsibility, and then he's going to sub out the flooring to the flooring guys. And he said, "All I'll do is the framing." He says, "That's all I want to do is the framing. That's what I am. I'm a framer." He says, "I'll GM a house, but I'm going to sub everything out."
Companies make a lot of money doing that. I
You
worked
said
for
what?
quite a few of them. Companies make a lot of money doing that. I
Yeah.
worked for quite a few of them. That's
I,
how I
we,
became a super.
we were talking with one guy one day. What he did was he had a company installing fire suppression sprinklers in aircraft hangars. And he says these systems, he worked for a company that did it for years. Then he went on his own and started his own company. And he says the system we install can fill a hangar floor to ceiling with foam in less than 60 seconds. He says when these systems go off, it's like a bomb of foam, and there's no way a fire can survive. And it's mostly for government work. Very few really rich people, but it's mostly for government work. They go in and put in the systems. So he goes out, bids the job, and does all this. And he was talking to us. He says, "I'll go out and bid a job, and they want a blah de blah certification guy that has to do this stuff." Yeah, sure, no problem. We got one. He says, "As soon as I'm out of the office, I'm on the phone with my partner. We need to find a guy that's certified in this now."
Yep. Yeah, I was a carpenter for a company. I went there, got a job as a carpenter, and about a year and a half later, he said, "We're going to start subbing out all the work." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "What does that mean?" He says, "You want to be a superintendent?" I said, "Sure." He says, "Well, I'll send you to school." I said, I crawled up under his arm. I said, "I'm your new best friend, dude." You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So now he sent me plan reading school and project management school and all that. And yeah, man, I took full advantage of that and became a super at that point.
good. Worked out well for you, and it worked out well for him. It
Yep.
was cheaper to send you to school and move you up the pay scale slowly than it was for him to hire someone who had all that already.
Yep. And I worked for him for 10 years. So it's not like I learned it and ran on him. You know what I mean? 11 years, actually.
Yeah. That's probably what they do here, Shannon. But it's you'll get you'll get the general contractor, and then they'll sub out the floors, they'll sub out the drywall, they'll sub out the finishing, they'll sub out the painting. You know, plumbing, electrical, obviously. It you there's only one guy in town that I see do the majority of his own work, and he works by himself. Most of the time, you see him at the houses by himself. Obviously, as crews come in for like concrete day and things like that, but you'll watch a house go up over the course of 8 or 9 months with one truck there. You know, there'll be a big crew one day for the walls and the trusses, and then you'll see him and another guy do the roof and do the sides and do this and do that. And I'm sure he makes plenty of money doing it. He has to.
Oh,
But
yeah. He's probably making a killing.
yeah,
No overhead.
I mean, you're talking as long as the people can stand the time. I don't know what it costs to material wise to build a house, but a house around here is a house build is minimum 250,000 plus. I wouldn't imagine the materials to build a house are more than 100 or 125. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know up the mountains. They're putting them nice like mountain houses up for 100 grand. Acre and a half of land, 2 acres, and then put a house on it for you like 110 grand. It's not bad, dude.
That's cheap
Yeah. I mean, it's
for
a little more right now with inflation, but
Yeah, for what prices are right now, that's
Couple
cheap.
pieces, couple pieces in there. 7, 8 pieces.
Uh, yeah, I'm just on Google, just so you know
Tin Man.
these numbers are about worthless, but they're saying the average cost to build a home in Southern California is 360 to 1.5 million. They ballpark it at around 500 a square foot to build a house in California.
Chop Shop. What's up, brother?
Hello, Chuck.
Tin, Tin Man Magnet fishing in the house.
Hello, Tin Man.
Yeah, when I was doing the decks, man, I was putting like some of them I didn't want to do. There's so many people that wanted decks. Some of them I didn't want to do, and I just threw a big number at them, and they were like, "Okay, do it." I'm like, "Shit,"
I
and
know
then
that
I had
feeling.
to do it. You know what I mean?
I know that feeling all too well.
But after the first one, and I saw what I made, I said, "I'm doing all of them, every single one."
Well,
You know?
now that you feel like you can work again, you don't have to go back at it like a madman. You if the money's there and worth it to you, you can go in slow and take your time and explain to people, look, I'm not fast, I'm good. I don't want to
I
be the
talked to a
fast.
couple guys too, and I could probably get a couple guys to come work with me too right away if
Yeah,
I were to do it.
you probably only need one reasonable one, but
Hmm.
if you had the work and you're like, hey bud, even if they're working all weekend, it's like, hey, you want to make $1,000 this weekend? Yeah.
Yep.
And they're going to be down there. They're going to be down there hustling it out through the weekend. And anybody who's got any kind of motivation, they're like, hey, I ruined one weekend of my month for $1,000, and that paid for a this or a that or a trip or a mortgage payment or
Hmm.
whatever they do with their money.
Last one I did, I got a couple guys from work, a couple of the carpenters and all, and I told them, I said, "Look, man, this is what I want to do on Saturday. This is what I want to do on Sunday." I said, "I'll pay you $500 a day, and the quicker we get it done, the quicker we get out of there." We were out of there both days at 12 o'clock, like boom, like gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they got their money, and I made like like I said, like $6,000 on the deck. Man, I was like, this is good.
I would I would be a proponent of going back and pimping yourself out a little bit on that. Deck, stairs, shed, ADA ramp, whatever you can do.
Hmm.
Because if you're not out there trying to get the jobs, then deck pros, some nationwide company that's paying their guys butt kiss to go out and do them is going to get it. I mean, I'd rather you have the money in your pocket than a corporation.
I mean, I got all the tools too, so
Yeah, you got all the tools, you got a lifetime worth of experience. Um, Probably the hardest part is the plans and the code.
Connie Barnes.
I don't know how code enforcement is out there. You got to have a permit for anything out here.
Yeah, you do, but you're not real stringent with it. So you can, if you're not in the front of the house, you can get away with it. You know?
Yeah, I only pull permits for anything that's a risk. I
Yeah.
moved when I bought my house. Directly behind me, you can see a little black dot. There's a dishwasher. When I bought my house, the clothes washer was in the kitchen. The electric dryer was in the garage. I moved sewer gas and hot and cold water to my garage, and I pulled a permit only because I was running gas with it. Yeah, only something dangerous for the home I'll pull a permit for. Anything else, I ain't pulling a permit for crap.
I built a 12 by 18 deck on the back of my house, and I widened my driveway 5 more feet, and I pulled a permit for that. I didn't pull a permit for the deck though.
I haven't done it yet, but I want to cut the city curb and widen my driveway by about 4 feet, just the entrance, because my entrance is 1 car wide, but my driveway is about a car and a half wide. So whenever you're turning in from the right, you clip the curb every time you turn into the driveway. So I want to extend my driveway 4 or 5 feet. I was talking to a guy who knows how to do it. He says, I won't do it for you. He says, I'll come over on the weekend and help you. He says, but I won't do it for you. If the city catches us, we'll be in trouble.
Yeah, is it a state road too?
City road?
City road, okay.
No, I'm in the
Because
city.
if it's a state road, they'll make you rip it out and put in a new uh, pad to get in. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
then you have to do like an 18-inch curve and all that. Well, at least here anyway.
you get caught. You get caught. You're getting stroked, and you know it. You got to bring everything up to current code. You get caught doing something like that. But the same with me when I did the insulation and stucco. I didn't do no permit. I just made it happen. I don't need their permission to put stucco on my wall
Right.
or add insulation to my walls. So we did everything to code, but we didn't pull permit on that. PA says, I don't even know what stucco is.
I know what stucco is. I used to do it.
Yeah, well, it's pricey out here.
When I was a kid, I worked with this guy. We did everything, man. We did all the way from roofing down the sidewalks. You know what I mean? Everything in the house. Did restaurants, stainless steel, all that stuff. Plasma cutters, all kind of shit, man. Did it all, dude.
Later, Shannon Dalton.
See you, Shannon. Pay them taxes, boy. I was glad to see Remy, man, come in the other night. That was cool.
Yeah. No, Remy's a nice guy. Ranch has been the one who's been busy lately.
Yeah, he's been working his tail off.
Is he working a lot?
Yeah, it's the summertime, dude. He's a landscaper, so.
They're watching you.
And his main guide's been out sick for a little bit. So that sucks.
Yep. Now, Remy, if you got his number, reach out to him sometime after he's off work. If you're bored. Not surprising, but there's not a lot to do in Alaska.
I'd be out there looking for gold, man. Anytime I wasn't working.
Later, Donna.
See you, Miss Don.
And this is your last bucket of Freedom Fest cons?
Last half pan. A lot of black sand in it.
It looks like it. Hello, Say. We haven't seen you in a long time.
Say. What's going on?
You remember who she is, right?
Yeah. Haven't seen her in a while. James Culver, what's up, brother?
Culver, what's going on, man? I just caught Culver's video where he was out panning in his garage. From the looks and sounds of it, I'm gonna guess that was like a Sunday morning before everyone woke up.
Mm-hmm.
It was as quiet as a mouse.
That's when he can goof off, brother.
In his garage?
Yeah. When everybody's asleep.
I'm an early person, so everybody asleep works just fine for me.
I hear you, say.
Yeah, time is valuable. Well, Culver, I got a lot of girls, which means they're inherently lazy. They don't wake up very late or very early. Had the oldest come out mad the other morning. Her boss called her to give her an extra shift, probably like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And she thinks that her ringtone and notifications are annoying, so she always keeps them off. So she comes out at about 9 or 9:30, all mad because she missed a shift because she didn't answer the phone. She called them back, and somebody obviously picked it up already. She was all been out of shape about that. Oh, yeah. Guess you should turn your phone on.
Right? So what you up to tonight, Miss Connie Barnes? Good to see you. James said the rest of the circus gets up at 8. So I
Yeah, I
can do
read
what
that.
I want. You know, 20 years from now, you're going to miss these moments when all the kids are driving you crazy.
They don't drive me crazy. They know better. If they want to get up and do something and be productive, they're welcome to get up with me, and we always do good stuff. If they want to lay in their bed and be lazy, well, I'll do good stuff with somebody else. 2018 Chevy Silverado, 106,000 miles, starting bid $2,000.
2018 Chevy Silverado,
Yep.
2000. That's it.
Yeah, I'm on Gulf Planet.
No.
You ever, that site?
No.
Military surplus auction. I'm next to two big military bases, so there's a lot of stuff in auction down here. You can pick up a Hummer all day long, starting bid $3,000. Um,
Nice.
uh, Conditions vary, but I mean, it's right here. I'm looking at one. This is an actual decent looking one. 7,000 miles on it, 7,971 miles on it. Opening bid, $3,000. 2014 Dodge Charger, opening bid $1,000, 105,000 miles. Air conditioner units, big old portable tent style air conditioner units.
Mm-hmm.
The starting bid is $5.
Wow.
I mean,
Some cool
in
stuff.
in theory, I've never tried it. I don't have the time or desire for that. In theory, you could go, if you actually won that air conditioner for 20 or $30, you could go out there with a trailer, take it home, and just break it down and scrap it out for several hundred.
Right?
1998 Nissan diesel engine. Looks like a straight six, something or another. Starting bid $5, brand new, or it looks brand new. But one of their yards is only 9 miles from me. They got a Polaris on here that I've seen several times, but they apparently know what that's worth because they're starting bidding that on at $12,000. But the like a Pelican box, a big hard plastic storage case box.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, these ones are absolutely huge. Big enough to put bodies in. Assorted sizes, but the ones they show in the picture, there's at least 4 pallets of these, possibly 8 pallets. 16 assorted cases, starting bid $5. I've seen those on there before. A little,
Military surplus.
yeah. The little tractor things you stand on the back plate, and it's like a little front end loader with tracks on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
2 of those 2024 models, $1,500 starting bid. I guarantee you those will go for more money.
Yep. Grab some of that stuff up and sell it yourself.
I could. 19 by 8 foot folding building. $7,800. It's killing time looking.
19 by 8 foot folding building.
Yeah.
What's that look like? Big shed?
Yeah. Actually, it looks, they show when assembled here, it actually looks kind of modular. It looks like a storage overseas container.
Right.
They say it's folding though, but the one I'm looking at has a couple of windows in it. But I mean, military pouches, 29 pouches start at $5. 25 shirts and pants, $5. Boots, $5. They mostly do trucks and equipment, but I got on there one day, and I was looking at they had a battery chargers on there, Christie battery charger, which is a pretty good battery charger. The starting bid was cheap. It was like $25. So I bid on it. I'm outbid. I bid on it again. I'm outbid. So I start looking at it better. Oh, it's 13 battery chargers. Okay. So I was curious. I wasn't going to bid on them. I was curious what they went for after I got outbid at like $150 or something. I was curious what they went for. They sold for like $3,200. I looked and saw what they were worth. The dude saved like $400 off of buying them all brand new. You can just
Wow. Couple little pieces. Got 20 little pieces in there.
rear end locked up on an 85 Toyota pickup. Man, Culver, that's probably going to take you almost 2 hours to fix.
Not worth it.
Oh no, 85 is worth it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure the 85 was a straight axle front end. You could beat the Jesus out of that truck.
You want to get
But
himself a little prospecting vehicle.
that's what he was going to do. But the nice thing about those is they're full floater rear ends, so he can just
Ed,
slide.
what's up, brother?
He can slide the axles out and rebuild that one on the bench in the shop, nice and easy.
Yep.
And he's getting it free. A little flash
Can't
in your
beat
pan.
that with a stick.
It's a gutless turd, but you can ride it. You can't blow it up.
Best part, free 99.
$3.99. Is it a straight front axle, Culver?
Cottonwood cons. What's going on, Ed? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well.
It's a pickup, right, Culver? Culver, they switched to the straight axle in 85. So you got a 50-50 chance of it being a solid front axle. If it's a solid front axle, that thing will be a beast. You could small block that and have an absolute monster. If it's independent front suspension, I don't know if I'd upgrade the engine too much. Nice.
going through these cottonwood cons. And I am looking forward to Saturday. I'm going to be dredging on a 4 inch. It's going to be nice. Yeah, man, 4 inch. That's the first dredge I ever used. WK Prospecting took me out. Had me in the mask underwater. I was underwater for 3 hours, dude. It was great. That thing got some serious, serious suction.
Very nice.
Katie's mom's been sick, so she hasn't been out too much, and I haven't seen uh, Walt. He's been on the road a lot, so I think I'm going back down to Thermal City on 4th of July for a few days. The wife.
Fold up some sluices and take them with you. You still got metal?
I'm taking that. Um, yeah, I could make a couple.
Yeah, I would fold up a couple. You'd probably get rid of them pretty easy. How many hour drive is Thermal City for you?
With stops, 10 hours. It's an 8.5 hour trip, so stop at least 3 times each way for gas. It's 20 minutes pop, you know.
The rougher the better, Culver. The worse condition something's in, the more fun it is because you don't worry about damaging anything. I watched one show where these guys took it was a fully built Jeep, lockers, lift, all the nice bells and whistles. They took this Jeep out, and the one guy had this, and another guy went out in a little beater Cherokee, just piece of junk, bone stock, beat up. And the guy in the fully capable Jeep, he's just going through everything nice and easy. And then he's got to wait for the guy in the Cherokee because he has trouble getting through everything. So he's hitting it harder, faster, rougher, different lines, all that good stuff. And they're about halfway through, the guy in the built Jeep he's like, yeah, this is kind of boring. He says, mine just goes right through everything. And then I stop at the top of the hill and I watch him have to hit the hill 5 times and he's having a blast trying. They're just wrapping it out and running it hard. The beaters are the funnest. The big question is whether or not Amanda knows he's bringing home a Toyota truck yet. Or maybe that's going to be his Sunday morning plan while they're still asleep. She's going to wake up to another truck in the driveway.
I plan on getting my ass back to Vermont early August, Mr. Heath.
He was telling Ed.
Yeah, I know. I'm just mentioning it.
Early August, I'll be sitting right here or out on the road working if I'm lucky.
Jump on that plane, Zach, and we'll take you out. Come on over here to the east side.
I got plenty I could go out to. It's too hot.
Well, at least there's water over here you can jump in and cool off.
There's no such thing as water that just sits on the ground.
Yeah, it sits in pools. I wish Andy would come around.
Annie from Denmark?
Andy from Denmark.
Culver says his wife says he can get it running. He's not allowed to make it into a monster truck. That's a start, Culver. Then what you got to do is you got to take her out and get her stuck with those little tires and explain to her the importance of getting the big tires on it. Just work her in piece by piece.
I don't know, man. I think she might be used to them trucks by now.
Sure she is. She doesn't know about the small block 400 that needs a good home. Nice. No, even the four cylinders, you're not going to set any speed records, but they were fine engines. You just run it harder.
How long has it been since you panned anything, Zach?
7 months, 8 months. My sluice is in the shed. My pans probably are too. I just keep adding to the collection. I need to start emptying out some of that closet. Joseph Knowlton says he hates summer. It's hotter than a dope spoon on Saturday night.
That's pretty hot, dude.
I don't know, PA. I was out there the other day. I was sweating like a snitch at a gangster party. It was pretty warm.
Sweating like a snitch at a gangster party. Donna's
Shit.
back. Hi, Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Anybody's more than welcome to come up. Click that link at the top of the page. Joseph Knowlton. What's going on, brother?
Culver, you going to weld the rear gears on that Toyota while you're out, or are you going to put a lunchbox locker in it?
And awesome people in the house. I
A
don't know if
real
anybody was.
lunchbox.
Has anybody checked out Can Do Outdoors? Can Do bought a sunscreen for the awning on his camper. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Black American flag.
Nice.
I was checking them out. They're about $112. Privacy. Um, got a sunshade in it. Pretty cool.
What was I think River Sticks told me he got a decent one from Walmart or something like that. That could have probably been modified for that. Is it
Yeah, here's a.
one of the ones that? Oh, I see it right here. You said it's a Black American flag one.
Yeah,
$152, 8 foot by 17 foot 3 inches.
yeah, they're a little cheaper for the smaller trailers.
Yeah,
I would need like a 9 foot 3 by 10 foot, you know, and or it would be 10 by 9 3 because I have a 10 foot awning, and it just slides right in the track, dude. It's pretty cool, man. And then it has the bungee cords with the balls on the bottom, and you just hook them to a stake in the ground. It's pretty neat. Camping gear.
a 9 foot by 10 foot 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, you couldn't get it in the flag, but they got it in the brown for 109.
right. Yeah,
Pretty neat.
runner trying to run away.
Hello, Elphys.
So tired. What's going on? Good to see you, my friend.
Neat, Donna. Awesome, Joseph. Now you need some noodles, spaghetti sauce to be doing all right. Trapper, hello.
Trapper and Motorcon. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Be back in just a second.
Yep. How you doing, chat bar? The gold might be small, but not a lot of floaters, which is cool. A few pieces in there. Playing Fortnite while watching the stream. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Caught it. Definitely golden. This just very fine. Very fine gold. Hell of a lot of black sand. Oh my god. Joseph's playing with his balls again. Shake it up. Get that gold to the bottom, baby. Another thing about these RPE pans is the riffles are steep on a sharp angle, which is really cool. Locks that gold right in there. BB, what's up, my man? Yo, Brad, what's going on, brother? BH Customs in the house. Brad's actually making me a PA Patriot channel round, silver channel round. Can't wait to get it, man. Hope all is well, Brad. Doing a little gold panning here.
I heard you say Biff. I thought you were talking about B Greeny.
I haven't seen Big Greeny in a while, man.
A long while. I guess he
Hope
lurks
he's
sometimes.
yeah, I hope he's doing well. I said BH Customs. Brad out there in the Las Vegas area, I think he is.
Oh, he's not too far from me.
Those
He's
silver
not.
pours, man. He's pouring my channel round for me.
He did what?
999. He's pouring my channel round for me, my PA Patriot channel round.
Oh, nice.
1 ounce channel round. Silver. Very cool. Yep, Vegas, he says. Very cool guy, does lives, does all kind of cool silver pours,
Yeah, I'm looking at his stuff right now.
does little hands and stuff like that, and pretty cool stuff. Oh, my channel round is finished. Nice.
Hello, Mary. How are you today?
Miss Mary. Old man PA. I've been working, Mary, doing stuff. I'm not as old as I thought.
Now, PA, it's not fair to speak to her on things she doesn't know about. Working PA, Mary, that's when you're up and active and, like painting the house and things like that, chores.
Honeydew list.
She probably knows how to make one of those.
Yeah, so the air conditioning thing had come up because my wife works at home, and once we put the air conditioner in, the internet was dropping out on her because the lights were dimming. So that had to be done like ASAP so she could work.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do that when I got back from Thermal City, but of course I got stuck down there for 2 weeks. So
Oh, come on now, PA. It sounds like you got a good one. That honeydew list shouldn't be waiting very long. Did you ever do your brickwork in front of your house you were needing to do?
yeah, it's done.
Would that take you a day?
I had somebody come do it.
Oh,
He did it in a day.
nah, trap bar. None of us are video game people. PA's panning gold. I'm killing time.
I got something over there. I got an Xbox over there my daughter gave me. She bought all the pieces, headsets, and all that stuff, and I haven't turned it on maybe once.
Don't do it.
I was thinking
Once you
about selling it.
once you turn it on, you won't come back.
Last time I played video games, Nintendo was the thing.
About the same. I was Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I didn't get the 64. We had the regular Nintendo.
Well, we
Then I
had.
got busy. Then I got busy having kids and working and stuff.
I mean, I tried to play a couple of video games on the computer. You know, I really like the or I really liked the like civilization building games and things like that. But I
Right.
don't have time.
I guess early 2000s was the last time I played a computer game, but that was NASCAR, man. It was awesome. I love that.
We're a little old for Fortnite, Trap Bar. My kids play Fortnite.
What is that, like a military game?
Nah, I don't really know what the hell it is. I know you can build a house and troll people and stuff like that. It's just a video game. Yeah, Knowlton, take care of that old 64. Those things are going up in value. I think they're worth more now than you paid for them new. Nice, Joseph.
Little piece of flour stuck in that. Oh, look at that flake stuck up in the riffles. Not bad.
If it's in the riffles, it was getting away from you.
Got it. There's a real fine piece stuck in one of the grooves of the 3D printed pan. Right under that bottom riffle there. That's what Julie was talking about with the 3D pans.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know it ain't going anywhere. I'll scratch it out of there later.
It happens, Donna.
Minecraft.
I need to go clean my toys.
Nice.
I got a little 22 that's picky as sin. It has to be cleaned after every time it's shot. And the last day I used it, I got in a hurry and I just put it away real quick. So I need to take the time to clean that. It's crazy what some of the things you can save are, but you never know which ones they're going to be.
Yeah, so Miller was paid up for bogus prospecting for 3 hours last night, man. There's so much tin in it.
I didn't catch it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. First time I saw somebody pan out a bogus prospecting bag.
I've seen somebody do Vogus. I got home last night just in time to calm down a little bit and then get on Paparazzo's show. I usually hang out over there on Saturdays.
Tuesdays. I was busting on them stickers, and Rod messaged me back and says, "We love those stickers." I was like, "Jousting contest."
For what stickers?
The three guys in the tub sticker.
Oh, Brockton makes up stickers quick. I can never remember the game, Joseph, but we used to play this pirate game where you were sailing the oceans and being a pirate. I used to have a lot of fun with that one. I don't remember how it was played or what console or PC or what, but I had a lot of fun on that. What did Miller wind up getting out of the Bogos?
1.150. Not bad.
How many pounds of material was it?
It was just a little bag, you know.
And it took him 3 hours?
Yeah, dude, there's so much metal tin in there, and it's not magnetic, so it's tough.
That's
Tough
surprising.
stuff.
Miller's usually pretty decent at them.
Yeah, Dylan's good people.
Pretty much, Joseph. I got better stuff to do, including nothing.
Well, every scoop's got gold in it.
Those are all high banker cons, right?
Yeah.
Investor's bag.
Faster. Not a whole lot, but gold.
That's prospecting though.
John R. He's going there like every other weekend, man.
Mary, you can't even get black sand out of gold. It takes effort and time.
She wants you to send her your pay to her, that.
I know she does. But what difference does it make? She can't even separate black sands from gold.
Not yet, anyway. Takes a while.
Time and effort.
Right, Donna? We used to go to arcade when we were kids. Go down to Main Street, go to the arcade, 20, 30 games in there, 100 people, hang out, smoke dope. You young guys don't know what's up with arcades.
They were
There
just
was
going
one.
out.
Yeah, there was one in every town, man.
They were just going out of fashion when I was running around playing. They had
I
a hard
almost
time.
had a, almost had a chance to get me one of them Defender games. Remember Defender? Oh yeah, we used to love that game, man. That was the most popular game in the arcade back in the day.
But there were tons of fun ones. Yeah, arcades by the time I was running around, my town couldn't support one. They tried, but they couldn't keep it open.
That was the spot. Everybody met at the arcade, man. Couldn't find somebody in the neighborhood, and there was no cell phones back then. You know what I mean? You had
Yeah,
to
I
go
know.
find them. You drive around on your bike and look for all the bikes in front of somebody's house, or you go to the field or whatever. And then if they weren't there, they were at the arcade, man. Hook up with all your boys. Your good old days. Now people are afraid to even talk to anybody, let alone go outside.
Well, you were running the streets in the 80s, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, those
I
were good
hit
years.
I hit 10 in 1978, and it was on from there, boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
My
was running
dad
around.
used to come driving around looking for us, man, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Where you guys at? Kick my ass all the time.
Yeah, I was 90s.
90s, I was having my first kids, man.
I was graduating class of 2000.
I was supposed to graduate in 85.
Yeah, well, same here.
I was too interested in making money. I remember Eddie Burnside pulling up out in front of school. Yo, yo, Fink, you want to go make some money? I'm like, what? He said, yeah, man, come on, come to work. I said, hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Went up to the front door of the school, opened it up. Vice principal, Mr. Termini, standing there. I said, hey, Mr. T. It's like, good morning, Dan. I said, go fuck yourself. 2 weeks, Fink. I'm like, see ya. Walked outside, got in the truck, and went to work.
There you go.
Learned how to spackle that day. Me and school didn't get along too good.
Same here. Mary, everyone is a baby compared to you. 1856 was a long time ago.
Right? On like Donkey Kong.
No way, Mary. Yeah, I had to go back and get my GED in '05.
I got my diploma when I was 44. Cost me $1,300 from a high school in Georgia, and they sent you the whole curriculum, and it was open book tests. You know what I mean, on the computer. It was $1,300,
Crap, man.
and I did from ninth grade to 12th grade. Took me about 2 years to do it, and I got my diploma. Not a GED, a diploma. It's pretty cool.
I mean, congratulations for doing it. That's a lot of money for a diploma.
I just did it because I wanted my kids to graduate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to be able to show it to them.
Texas Donna says she graduated in '76. It's about the same year Mary did, just 100, just a century apart.
Mary's got broom bristles older than us.
Probably. I mean, I
Yeah, I
could hear.
saw that guy. Donna just said setting a good example for your kids. BA. I saw I saw that Mr. Termini some years later. Uh, his family owned Termini Bakeries in Philadelphia. It was like a really old bakery, man. It was been around forever, since like the 1800s. And I seen him in there. I said, "Hey, Dayton." He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "You remember me, man?" He said, "I'm not sure." I said, "Well, I'm Dan Fink from Darby." He went, "Oh my God." I said, "You remember telling me I'll never amount to nothing?" I said, "I made more money than you in 3 years once I left school." You know what I mean? And I like
Yeah.
threw it in his face,
Yeah.
you know. And he was old when I seen him, really old. But I just wanted them to know that I made something of myself, instead of being nothing.
Hello, BC.
You know what they used to tell you. You're going to be dead or in jail. That's what they used to tell the bad kids all the time back then.
BC's selling his services here.
Switch sides. Wolf for what?
Oh, because he came in. And he says, he's here to help. He's here to help Zax and Zing people. He called in a friend. Hello, Aqua.
Donkey, my brother, what's up? Paying these times from Freedom Fest, man. Still,
Joseph Knowlton says he's back like those boo-boos that come and go on your no-no areas. Hello, Curly Bill.
Curly Bill, what's going on, brother? Run. Gotta get it. See how I'm doing this, Mary?
She claims she did hers Monday, but I'm not believing her.
Just gotta be patient with it. Keep tapping it back.
Yeah, Mary, just imagine the black sands is just like the kids walking towards the oven, just a little at a time, a little closer, a little closer. And then when you get them all separated, just get rid of them like that. Joseph,
Yeah.
he's a character. I tried calling Travis 403 earlier today. He didn't answer. See where he's been.
I still owe Travis a knife. I gotta get it. I gotta get back and making them knives, man.
Mary says she's up to 7 grams of gold. Very nice, Mary. It's over $500 worth of gold.
Yep. It's like $75 a gram right now.
Nice, Bill. Says he sold a set of tires and wheels today, and he might have a chance at a claim.
That's cool, man.
What state are you in, Bill?
Ain't nothing wrong with getting on a gold claim, man.
He's up in Oregon. They
There's,
got gold.
I went to Lucky Strike when I was down in Thermal City. There's a piece of land there, 15 acres, $130,000. It has a gold mine on it and a creek. It might be played out, but there's still going to be gold in the creek. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things to do, I don't know, you can't do it up there, but one of the things that would be pertinent for me to do or somebody else to do, and I'm sure other people have done it, would be to go into some of the abandoned mines with the metal detector. Because with the mine, you never know if you're an inch from seeing from the new gold vein or a mile from it. There can be gold an inch away. But if you actually went in and ran the walls with a metal detector, I'm sure you could pick up some little stuff, but you never know. You might hit it good.
Yeah, I mean, they could only get what they could see back then.
You said what?
They could only get what they could see.
Yeah.
And all the tailings, too, might even have little fine gold in it, What we do down at Lucky Strike means cut short. Go down there and find them old tailings from the 1800s, them hand-dug tailings piles, and start digging into them and run the high bankers there. We did all right.
You can do the same thing out here. Like I say, I spent an hour or two on Google Earth today. All right, here, put me full screen. Do you see the option to add my? Can you see that one?
See what one?
What do you see on the screen? Do you see me or do you see mine?
I see you.
Oh, I'm backstage. Put the backstage one full screen. There you go. This is on Google Earth. This is about, I don't know why it's bugging out. Actually, I do. Let it refresh real quick. The window's been open all day, so the program's going to be logged up. But you see that right here in the center of the screen here, this is the Evening Star mine.
Right.
Off of the 15 in California.
Mm-hmm.
I would need to close this and restart it. But you see that big old head frame right there?
Yep.
Where the mouse is?
Mm-hmm.
That's really tall. This is one of the few mines that they had where they actually had the ore crusher up on top of the head frame. This is a shaft mine. That's about 90 miles from me. God, I need to close this and restart it. But
Okay.
this is like 5 miles off of the freeway, if even that.
Wow.
That was one I was looking at. I would need to restart my Google Earth to get it to stop flickering. But there's another mine there. Now it's just going nuts. And there's another decent size one. You what?
It's not flickering on my end.
Oh, it's trying to give me a seizure. But there's also the dude's grave who found those. Figure out where he is. Right here. This is the guy's grave that found those mines. Jay Riley.
Nice.
I guess that's his grave that you can go visit her. It says Jay Riley Bembry Cemetery, so I don't know how many graves are there. But that one with the head frame, it's real rare to get the head frames any good in the wild anymore. But if you're looking down close, you can see the blown down cabin, some kind of feature there. But this head frame was one of the unique ones in the that would actually have the ore crusher up at the top. And you can see that thing's probably 50 to 100 foot tall at least.
Wow.
There's a lot of pictures on it on the internet if you type in Evening Star Mine. But what I was actually looking for was there's oh yeah, it is not happy. I'll show you another one. This is all done. Is it flickering?
No.
Yeah, mine's flickering bad. This is all desert. This is quite a ways off here, but this is out in the middle of the desert. I was following this mine road, hunting for wherever the mine went to, or whatever mine it was. I never did actually find it, but check out the spring in the middle of the desert. They called it Horse Thief Spring, I guess. See all the green trees. There's actually a house down here, little cabins and stuff.
Oh wow, check that out. That's pretty cool.
That's out in the middle of the desert. Obviously, we have no water, but what I was looking for, I found them. But what I was looking for was right here. These are supposed to be the natural turquoise mines that I'd mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient turquoise mines. They said they were ancient and then they were reworked in the 40s. I don't know how much you can get into or if any tunnels. I can't find anything on USGS, but it looks like they brought a dozer in here and did dozer cuts looking for the turquoise. See a little better from right there. I couldn't find any tunnels, but this would be a decent adventure for me to go out to. Same thing right here. They brought in a bulldozer or whatever and just dozer cut. That's where they were. Out here, they'll prospect with a bulldozer if they can find, or they used to, if they could find a vein or something that they liked, if they saw colors that they liked and the mountain had potential, they'll come up with a bulldozer and just cut this whole big road. And then they'll go behind it and they'll check what all the new stuff they exposed was, just to get, a couple feet below the surface of the dirt.
Right.
So that's why a lot of the mines would get, or how they would prospect. They actually prospected with a freaking bulldozer. See, it's like right here, they saw something they liked, so they came down here and chopped that up with a dozer, open cutted it or whatever. And I was looking around, I couldn't figure out what this is, but this looks pretty well maintained for something in the middle of the desert. That's not a cell tower, but look at the sides. That looks like reinforced concrete to me, or a big wall. Could be a wall because of the shadow. But I have no clue what this building is. Out in Nowheresville in the desert. And it's not listed either. It's not listed or marked on the internet. See all that right there? I can't tell if that's mine debris or what, but you see how good and nice this building or this road is when you go to measure this thing. Stop flickering. Come on. That's 350 feet across in that prepared section.
Wow.
And almost 200 feet wide. No clue what that is. I'm sure it's something I can't get into. I'm sure it's somebody's property or government property or something like that. But that's not a cell tower. Cell towers out here are pretty simplistic. Out here, let's see. That's a cell tower because we were out at this. This is an abandoned auto shop, but this is a big cell tower out here with the generator and all that. That's a huge cell tower, and then this is like a water or a gas pumping station or something. Same right here. You can see the fence. So I'm not sure what that other building is, but that thing is huge. You can take it off.
Yeah, if I went out there, Zach, I might not come back.
You wouldn't, dude. I could put you on 2 or 3 gold mines. You wouldn't want to come back. As soon as you saw a vein of one of the veins, you just wouldn't come back. You'd be a Patriot hard rock miner. Oh, 907 Pike. But I was bored, so I spent an hour or two today looking at prospects that I wanted to look at. Nice, Bill.
A little flex.
It's hot, Elsie. You get used to it. That's why we tell you people as desert guys, we hibernate in the winter. Or we hibernate in the summer. I don't care if you're 5 miles from a road or not. 5 miles walking in that heat sucks. Later,
Sure to
Mary.
put a whooping on you.
Later, Rock. Oh yeah.
All right, Donkey. See you, brother.
It's not like you can walk for a little bit and sit down under a tree. Later, Mary.
Bye, Miss Mary. Congrats on getting that 7 grams. Thought I saw a piece of gold down there. I guess not. Guess not.
Yeah, Pike for us is just too hot. I mean, I still work in it for money, but to go explore, it's just not worth the risk. I'll probably drive out to where those supposed turquoise mines are and investigate those just because. But as far as going out and just blatantly exploring, I won't do it. It's too hot. I got to have a purpose.
My favorite horror movie would be The Grudge.
Oh, he means a scary movie. I was thinking about a different kind.
Grudge. Like, I used to get scared of movies when I was a kid, man. But when I first saw The Grudge with Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Yeah.
that movie did something to me, man. I was like freaked out when I saw that movie. Didn't help that I'd seen a ghost right before that.
Well, I remember when Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out. I was probably like 12, 10, 12. Yeah, 907. Winter's our playtime. My poor old four-wheel drives don't get no love in the summer.
Yeah, I was in my house one night and Mrs. Patriot went to bed, and we still lived in the city at the time. So I'm watching TV. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And I go to turn around and go up my steps, and there was a little girl in a dress with long blonde hair at the top of my steps, and she was just staring at me, and I like got a chill up my back, right? And I said, "What the hell?" And I went down the steps and went to go back up, and she was gone. Well, there was an old lady that lived across the street, and she was like 85 years old, maybe. You know what I mean? And this was like early 2000. And I asked her, I said, "Was there a little girl that lived over here? Did something happen to a little girl over there?" And she told me a story about a mother in the 50s that used to drink a lot. And her husband was running around cheating on her and all that. And she told me that she put her daughter in the bathtub and walked away and went downstairs and totally forgot that she was in there. And the girl ended up drowning. So I think I seen that little girl that night. It's crazy, man. It freaked me out. And then right after that, that movie came out, The Grudge, and I was like freaked, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one to remember.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. And the reason it freaked me out is because I don't know if you ever seen it. You know, there was a hatch that went up into the attic, and there was a hatch in the attic up in the middle bedroom of the house. You know what I mean? You can go up the hatch and into the attic, and it just freaked me out, man. Like I was freaked out for the longest time. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. Scared like I was a kid,
Yeah, Dad's a tough guy, but he's scared of the ghost on our second story.
right? I saw a couple, to be honest with you, a couple ghosts, including my father. 10 awesome people still in the house.
How many?
10
Not
on an
bad for
off night. Yeah, on an off night for me. Donna said, been there and done that with ghosts.
Joseph, if you want to watch an interesting one, look up the YouTube videos on the Apache Death Cave. I don't know if that was New Mexico or Arizona. And Aqua Trigger, who I don't watch anymore, he went up there. There's still human bones in the bottom of the cave, or
Wow.
what he says is human bones. Uh, and he pulled up some of them. They didn't look like animal bones I'd ever seen. And it's not like he was up there digging around trying to play with their bones or anything like that. They were just blatantly there. Not a bad idea. But the Apache Death Cave was interesting.
Welcome, Matt says, this house is haunted. Joseph, the lucky winner of the PA Patriots sluice box.
Oh, he got that sluice?
Yeah, bad idea, Lab Joe.
Nice. Uh, Philadelphia, that's where that dude with the bake shop that has the big TLC show is, isn't he?
What's this now?
Carlo's Bakery?
Carlos? I don't think I ever
Yeah.
heard of that.
I'll pull it up real quick. It's either Philadelphia or New York. I thought it was Philadelphia.
The famous bakery here is Termini's Bakery. Termini, Termini.
Computer's dragging. Oh, it started in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yeah, he's got to be New York, then. That's right on the border. That's the last town before you cross the George Washington Bridge on the turnpike.
Yeah, due to their fame on TLC, they're nationwide now, but it started in Hoboken, New Jersey. Give me just a minute.
Yep. Yeah, they up there in New York there, Joe. Oh my God, Joseph, no, my match says fuck off, leave. Joseph's got a million of them. Don't run. Rock Butcher, what's up, man? We were just talking about you on Sunday. Anybody seen Rock Butcher? Hope all is well, my friend. Dutchy! His ears were burning. What's going on, Mr. Dutchy? Glad to hear it, brother. I'm all right, man. Been doing some work around the house the last couple of days, getting things done. Took the garage apart, put some shelves up. Got tired of climbing over crap. Ran a dedicated outlet for the air conditioner today, so it stops interfering with my wife's computer while she's working. Little of this, little of that, you know, getting things done. Electrician wanted $300 to come out and put the outlet in, run the wire. I said I'll take care of that, but thanks for giving me a price.
Rock Butcher, hello. And goodbye, I guess. I was wondering about you the other night. Hello, Jacko.
Oh man, work close to home, huh, Rock? That's good stuff, bro.
It is during the summer. In the winter, you don't want to be there.
He'd rather be in Arizona getting snowed on.
Yeah, Rock Butcher would rather be in Arizona.
So fine, so fine.
So what's on your project for tomorrow?
I'm gonna put a light up in the garage. I got some extra fixtures from work for free, and they've been sitting around forever. And I was noticing today when I was trying to find something that it's too damn dark in here.
Never have enough.
So that's tomorrow's project. That should be a fast one though.
Yeah.
I got to run out and get a box, and then I have some wire left over, so I'm just going to run it.
Yeah, I need to order and do my last two windows. I just don't want to spend the money. Knowlton says he loves snow. He'd be out in his shorts. Well, you go ahead, Knowlton. I don't believe in this stuff.
Doc says there ain't no snow. What you talking about? Snow?
No
Fake.
such thing as snow. That's from Hallmark movies. I was watching a show today. I was trying to take a nap, not really successfully, but I was kind of half-heartedly watching a show today about this dude. He was up in one of the towns on the edge of the Great Lakes, just showing the town. I'm like, oh, what a picturesque, beautiful town.
Oh hell, Joseph. I ran a dedicated circuit to my air conditioner, 50 feet of wire, put the breaker in the panel, hooked everything up, and it works. Sometimes I even amaze myself. Still trying to find a freaking junction box where every single outlet on my first floor is tied into. Can't find it. It's buried somewhere. You ain't supposed to bury junction boxes. You're supposed to put a blank cover on them so you can get to them in case you ever have a problem. But no, they had to bury the sucker. But I get shit done. If I can't, if I'm just splitting things up slowly but surely. Already split the kitchen where all the electronics, microwave, coffee maker, and the air fryer has their own separate outlets now. The air conditioner now has its own separate outlets. So I think my lights should stop flickering now. And I haven't seen them flicker yet, so that's a good thing.
I diagnose and repair my own home electric, but not by much.
And then if it's still flickering, I'm calling the energy company because they got to have a loose neutral somewhere. And they'll be able to tell that right away. Either that or the transformer's going bad in the neighborhood.
Well, you should be able to tell that just putting a multimeter on the wall and watching it. Does it flicker on schedule or with wind or anything like that?
Nah, when I run the washer or the microwave or the coffee maker or the air conditioner, you know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah,
care. A computer doesn't drain much, you know.
no.
So far so good. I mean, I got done around 4 o'clock, and my wife was just getting off the computer from work. So
Texas Donna believes it's probably ghost messing with you.
Eh, harmless.
Well, Well, Joseph, just run a couple of wires up above to that little stinger that comes in your house there, and tap into the two taped up insulated wires, and you'll be all right. You won't even have to pay for the electricity for that furnace.
Although it could be ghosts. I mean, two people died in this house before we bought it. Yeah, they did.
Could be.
Horrifically, too. I mean, they died naturally, but it was horrific. So there was an 85-year-old man living here, and his name was Sal. And he had a wife, and his wife had gotten breast cancer, and she was bedridden. She couldn't walk. They were old, you know. And she was up in the middle bedroom, and he used to come down here in the man cave and put the TV on and watch porn all the time. You know, my neighbor told me this later. I didn't even know he died in here, to be honest with you, because I might not have bought the house. But he had a massive heart attack while watching porn. Right, the TV was turned all the way up, and the movie just kept playing over and over and over again. None of the neighbors had checked on this guy for 3 months, and he had like an old 1955 Chevy truck, and he kept it. It was garage kept. He always had it in the garage. Well, it sat outside for 3 months. You know what I mean? And nobody seen them, either of them. And instead of knocking on the door and saying, "Hey, you guys all right in here?" Nobody did nothing. And finally, somebody did a wellness check on him, and they called the police. Police came. He had died down here, and I mean, the heat was on 90. It was wintertime, right? He had gassed up, and poof. You know what I mean? His wife was upstairs. She starved to death because he couldn't. He wasn't bringing her anything. She must have called for him, and they said it was probably 7 days later when she finally passed away. And it was sad, you know what I mean? That nobody checked on these people. They didn't have any kids, so their kids couldn't check on them. And it was just their neighbors, you know?
Yeah.
It was sad, man. It was really, really sad. Sad story.
I mean, that's obviously that was a while before, but that's one of the problems with the modern societies is everybody keeps to themselves so much that things like that happen.
Yeah.
They didn't know his routine or anything like that, and they all got their own stuff going on. And there's red flags there. If you're saying he usually kept his truck in the garage and it's outside for 3 months,
Yep. In the
you and
winter, when you always had it inside in the winter, you know?
yeah, and I mean not moved, and they had to have noticed that there's not a footprint going in the house or something like that. But everybody's sticking to themselves, and that's unfortunate. Was that right before you moved in, or a long time before?
Uh, I would say, I think the house was on the market for 8 months, and it's like a $300,000 neighborhood here. And the house was only up for 150, you know? Or 160 or something like that. I knocked 10 grand off it. Well, it ended up being their goddaughter that got everything in the house, you know.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me that they had died here like that, you know. But man, floaties. But yeah, man, it was pretty sad.
Yeah,
So
it would be. Joseph Norton thinks if that happened to him, his dog would eat him before they found him.
Curly Bill, What's up, Curly Bill?
Hello, Bill.
So that's not
Howdy.
too bad.
No, that ain't bad at all.
And that's
Oh,
I still got a shitload.
Holy cow.
And it was full. It's 11 o'clock though.
yeah.
Yeah, I
You
still
getting
got
rich
like
off everything you got from Thermal City?
now I got a gram out of there, but I still have 3 5-gallon buckets of material to go through.
Oh.
I mean, this is up to the second riffle on the super sluice. That's how much I got left.
Oh, so you're already up to a gram on your Thermal City run, right?
Yeah, and I got 3 5-gallon buckets left.
Nice. You probably paid for your scoops.
Right? I hope I did. That's a gram there, so that's $75, and I paid
I think,
120.
I think you said 120.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight, Bill?
As I please, mostly.
I didn't say what are you doing. I said how are you doing.
As I please, mostly.
There you go. Well, you're no farmer, ain't you? Or a truck driver?
Both.
No.
I've farmed, I've ranched, I've drove truck, felled trees. I drove truck 39 years, and over 20 of that was driving out in the woods.
I booted myself.
I still see you. Now Vester's got to rub it into Joseph. He's making some cookies. Hello, howdy.
Captain Howdy, what's up, brother? You go to the supermarket, buy yourself some cookie dough in a tube, dude. Slice it. Take the tube off, slice it up, throw them in the pan, and you got cookies at home.
I thought I heard a guitar a little bit ago. Did I really hear that, or the voice is coming back again?
It's the voices. Looks like he's getting ready to play in a minute here, but it's the voices.
Move. Either that or it's Dan playing "We Are the Champions" on his gold pan there. Aha! Culprit.
He's brushing up on skills for the next time he runs into Aqua.
Man, he is good, dude. Like, he's so good. I put my guitar away.
So some of those guys are.
I kind of wish I could get Guido to play more than what he does.
Guido plays? I didn't even know.
Well, yeah, he's the one that wrote that little song that opens up JP's bar every Saturday night.
That's Mark Miller.
Oh. Well, no wonder I can't get Guido to play the guitar then.
Hello, David Maynard.
David, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I thought Mark Miller was their resident guitar expert.
I tried to get with him and learn a thing or two at Freedom Fest, but it just didn't work out.
It's not the right environment for learning.
Yeah, it was more of a play a few songs type of deal, and during the day we were mining, we were running the high bankers and stuff like that, and that's the time we could have got with him, but I was in the creek, and then at nighttime when I wanted to get with him and learn a few things here or there, he was just playing a few songs and talking with everybody. It was
Hanging out. Yeah, Joseph, this is the time of year we get videos of people cooking cookies on their dash out here. John R. doesn't play the guitar?
no, I didn't see him. Him and when Donkey came, he had his boy Crow with him, man. He was jamming too, man. They were really, really good.
It's one of those skills they probably played all their lives.
Hmm.
They probably played all their lives.
Yep.
I ever learned an instrument.
I just learned a couple years ago, man. My neighbor next door over here, my he rolled, man. He left his wife and all that, blah blah blah. But for about 6 months, he was teaching me how to play. He told me play these three chords, G, C, and D. He
Yep.
said, now go over in your house, learn how to switch in between them. Learn how to switch from one to the other, and then backwards too. And so I was doing that for like 2 weeks, man. I was getting frustrated because it didn't sound like any song, right? And then I went back over his house, and he said, "You know how to switch between them?" I said, "Yeah." And he handed me a guitar, so I did it. And then he taught me how to strum different patterns and stuff like that, and do little tricks like sus twos and sus fours. And next thing you know, man, I was playing 10 songs in like 2 weeks. Not all of the songs, but enough to play the chorus, or not the chorus. The I forget what they call it. But anyway, yeah, man, I was jamming. And then from there, I went on YouTube and found this Andy guitar over in England and stepped up my game from there. How he plays bass, cool.
You can do it, Bester. I saw Mythbusters episode. They cooked an entire turkey dinner on the car.
Nice, Bester.
I know you can cook a turkey in an oven in a camper that fits in the back of a pickup truck.
I cooked a turkey in a crock pot one year.
That was probably pretty good, dude.
Oh, it was great. It was great, but the problem was the turkey never got brown looking and good looking because it was in the crock pot. But the temperature was great and the bird was great. And but the bottom looked really, really raw, even though it was cooked. It looked really raw. So I tried to flip it over to let the air get to the top and just crisp up the bottom just a little bit. It wasn't hard to get the bones out. It just disintegrated, turned into shredded turkey, the whole thing.
Nice. Soup time at that point.
Yeah, turkey soup.
Every time I cook a turkey, that weekend I cook turkey soup, man. So good.
I buy like 13, 14-pound turkeys, and we usually get some left over. My wife doesn't really like turkeys, so we cook a ham for her too. But I usually feed my brother and his family and my mom. Anybody else who wants to come.
Right.
But we wind up not having very much leftovers. But I know for a fact the year I go buy a 16-pounder, a big one or something, I'm gonna get so much leftovers that I'll be ridiculously sick of turkey.
Just take the whole carcass, man. Drop it in a pot of boiling water, and any little bit of meat will be just enough for soup. If you're in the soup, and I like making soup, so I'll go buy what do they call them, a Cornish hen.
Yeah.
I'll go buy a Cornish hen, drop it in a pot of soup, let it boil for 3 hours. All the meat falls off the bones, and then you just pick the bones out, man, and throw your noodles in there, your celery, your carrots, anything else you want to add to it. Cook it up, man. Let it cook, and then throw your noodles in there. Bang, bang, man. I love making soup. Grandma Kelly's back.
Yeah, if you like soups, do you ever do the albundigas?
I don't even know what that is.
Mexican meatball soup.
No, I never did that.
Oh, if you're a soup guy, when you get around to it, look this up.
Dotar wants to know what our favorite Southern rock is. I would have to say Leonard Skinner.
Amen.
Yeah, when you get time, PA, look that up. You basically you make it. It's just Mexican meatball soup. Pretty easy. I always go with extra potatoes and stuff like that, but that's pretty good. And then the Olive Garden knockoff soups are usually pretty good.
Albondigas soup.
Albundigas, yes.
Buddy of mine, he found an old, like a 1940s or 1950s refrigerator. It was all wood inside, and he made a smoker out of it. He smoked a lot of meat in it, and he ended up giving me that smoker. And every Thanksgiving, for as long as I had that smoker, I forget how we made the brine, but we had a brine that we'd pour over the turkey, and I'd stuff it in that smoker for 7 to 8 hours before we cooked it. We'd put it in a smoker and get it like partially cooked. And then I'd take the turkey in, and the wife would stuff it and then finish it off in the oven. Those were the best Thanksgiving turkeys I've had in my life.
I do
Smoke.
an injectable. I just do a butter injectable. It's like a marinade that you inject into the turkeys.
Yeah.
I do an injectable and then a good chicken rub on the outside or whatever. They're usually really good. I haven't had a bad one like that.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Speaking
all
of-
in it's all in what you're wanting to do. You know, Donna said she liked the deep fried turkeys. I like the turkey gravy. To be blatantly honest, I'd rather have the gravy than the turkey.
Yeah.
You know, the homemade gravy, and you don't get the drippings when you do them the other ways.
I am a master at making gravy, dude. A master.
You're
I'm
not
not
too bad. You're not too bad at breakfast either. I seen him cooking at Freedom Fest.
Cooking's one of those things. If you ever want to eat good food, you just got to learn how to cook yourself.
Oh yeah.
My son's birthday this year, you know, we always take our kids out for a birthday dinner. They get to pick whatever restaurant they want. You know, he chose home steak at home, because we can make better steaks at home than we can buy in any other restaurants. It's cheaper too, you know, but that's not the point of it.
I learned to cook because I was a bachelor, man. I used to cook everything, man. You
Oh,
know?
I learned to cook when I was young.
Yeah, me too. Like young, 10, 12, I started learning. And then I had my own place when I was 16, and that was it, man. I used to cook everything.
Oh, I always wound up being the grill master back in our party years, and
Me too.
but you know, we'd all be hanging out drinking, and back then I'm good with numbers too, so I could tell people, hey, what do we need for some barbecue chicken? Well, we got to go to McDonald's. We got to go to McDonald's and get some barbecue sauce, or Burger King if you could get it, because they use KC Masterpiece. You know, so we'd send one set of person down to Burger King with a big old jug so they could go pump it full of the barbecue sauce. And I'm like, how many people we got here? You know, chicken's $1 a pound. I said, we need $7 for some chicken. Come up with some chicken, you know, maybe some potatoes or whatever, or corns, because I cook. Do you barbecue your corn on the grill?
Yep.
Yeah, I learned to cook the corn on the grill, and I just, you know, I leave the husk on and everything. I leave the husk completely on, and just trim off the stringy parts, and then run it under the sink water for just a second. You know, just get a little moisture inside of that husk. Oh, perfect corn every time. I could feed an army at the buddy's house for, you know, $12, $10.
Before my husband was my husband, he made chicken soup for a bunch of hookers with nothing but chicken bouillon. You can
Oh,
do that.
back in the bad years, I made pancakes out of biscuit or muffin mix. I forget what it was. That was all we had. Uh, I mean, this is early 2000s. Make pancakes out of biscuit or muffin mix. They're like, you can't do that. I said, what can't I? It's just flour and water. It's pancake mix. It'll rise a little different. They rose a little different, but they were good. It might not have been cornbread. It might have been regular biscuit mix or something. Yeah, I learned. No, I didn't have Bisquick. I had something else. I improvised it as Bisquick. I just learned because I like eating different food. Back when I was about 16 or so, I made a potato chowder for all of us one day, and basically it was like an 8-hour cook, a 6 or an 8-hour cook. I just cooked the potatoes until they were nothing. No chunks of potato. They were just liquid. And I made that into a potato chowder one day. It was absolutely delicious. I figured out now with the family as big as we are, when we leave for, like when we're going to school or whatever, if I take my crock pot and I stuff it absolutely as full as you can stuff the thing, and put the lid on and leave it on high, it'll go all day, and you can put potatoes in like 6 in the morning, and you come home at 5 and they're still good. They're still potatoey. But you have to stuff it completely full because the crock pot has trouble heating that much food in it. So it slows down the cook on the potatoes, but that way you can put it all in at one time and just leave.
Yeah, I like making ribs in the crock pot. Banging. Man, so good.
All right.
Pop them on at 6 in the morning and come home 3:30, 4 o'clock. So good.
Yep. I've cooked all kinds of weird stuff.
Shake and bake. I think I used that once or twice. I really didn't like that. I wasn't a big shake and bake fan.
The thing is, with the vast majority of those, you just look at what you're paying for. You pay for shake and bake. You're paying for flour with some seasoning.
You can
So
make yourself.
it might have a little bit better of a binder agent in it, or maybe some breadcrumbs, but you can make it yourself 10 times cheaper.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's just modern culture and society that this is my fried chicken mix, and this is my roast seasoning, and they go to the store, buy something that's
Bone
purpose.
in, Donna.
You don't
Bone
have to.
in. Get a whole rack of ribs and cut them up, 2 or 3 or 4 pieces, and just drop them in there with some barbecue sauce and water. Man, it's so good.
Joseph, all you do is take a crock pot down, wash it, throw everything you like in there, potatoes, carrots, some kind of a chunk of meat, turn it on, leave it alone for half a day or a day, and it's great. If you get a pressure cooker and you learn to season the water quickly, because everything cooks with water in a pressure cooker, if you get a pressure cooker and you learn to season the water right away, you can take a crap chunk of steak that nobody would ever eat, like a shoulder or something like that, just a really tough piece of meat. You throw that in a pressure cooker for 30 minutes, and that thing's falling off of the bone.
Yep, it'll melt in your mouth.
We haven't used the pressure cooker in a while, but we got that, and the kids figured out baked potatoes. Yeah, Instapot's good. We just don't have one. Air fryer is everybody's new thing now. I'm not super sure on that yet.
I like it.
I'm mainly not sure because they don't make one big enough for us. You can't get an air fryer.
6 kids, yeah.
They can't feed all of us, so I have to just not use it. If it was less of us, or just me by myself or something like that, oh yeah, I'd air fry a lot of stuff.
Man, I air fry steak, chicken, everything, man. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't fit
What
us.
is an Instapot?
Basically a pressure cooker.
Oh, okay.
It's a pressure cooker with more features and easier to use. Yeah, the rice cookers work good, Joseph. If you don't like cooking pressure or crock pot's your friend, Joseph, you can throw a piece of pork shoulder in there with some potatoes and carrots and celery. Line the bottom of it with onions, a little bit of seasoning. Walk away, come back 6 or 8 hours later, it'd be great. Best food you had. Then, since you're by yourself, you could make a serving for 3 or 4 people and just freeze them. I used to do that with my Thanksgiving dinners when we didn't eat it all. I'd make complete Thanksgiving dinner meal and put them in like those 99-cent Tupperware things, the cheapy ones that break whenever you use them more than 2 or 3 times. I'd buy 4 or 5 of those. I'd make complete turkey dinners and put them in the freezer for the next weeks at work, man, I'd be going through the freezer sometimes 6 months later. I'd be like, oh, there's turkey dinner.
Score.
Yeah, it was a score.
Donna's hungry. She's eating.
Yeah.
It's too late to eat, Donna. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this one up.
All right, P.
I appreciate
Okay.
everybody coming up. And we'll see you all on Sunday night. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
Bye, everybody. Bye, chat. Bye, Bill.
I'm glad
Bill,
I
I'll
got to
see you,
see
bud.
everybody.
All right, Bill. Take care, bud.
See you.
See you, Zach. Chat, appreciate you all coming in. You guys have a great night. And we'll see you all on Sunday night. PA Patriots Sunday night hangout. See you guys and girls. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Stupid spell checker. You guys be cool. PA out.